Welcome to Slap That View, discussing your views and opinions.
Hello everybody and welcome to Slap That View. This is a show where we try to slap the wrong right out of your view. Today I'd like to talk about the Iran deal, the Iran nuke deal. First of all, before we go any further, why in the hell would the United States want to even enter into a deal with a terrorist regime like Iran, who their only goal in life is to kill Americans? Because we're the infidels. Kill us. That's all they want to do. They want to get more powerful, and so they can kill us. Kill us, get rid of Israel. That's it. That's their whole goal in life. Yet we are trying to make a deal with them? Come on, where is the sense in this? It's mind-boggling. I think I know why they're doing it, but somebody's got to answer me. Why would we even enter into any agreement in a regime that for the past 30, 40 years hasn't agreed, anything they agreed to, they have not done. They've broken every agreement. They lie. They don't follow what they agree. They break every agreement they've ever had with us. Every one. So I guess part of the deal, I don't know the whole deal, so, don't quote me on this. I do know that, some inspections, you got to wait 24 days. Some military and facilities, they can check, or they can, or when Iran says they can or can't. But I love the idea that they get a 24-day pre-warning that we're going to come over there and inspect their facility. What the hell? 24 fucking days? Are they fucking kidding me? You can do anything you want. You can paint over signs. You can change this, change that. They say, well, it won't be enough time to erase any nuclear lab stuff they're doing. They could find traces of it even within 24 days. Then why in the fuck you giving them 24 days? If that's the case, why are you giving them 24? Why do they even got to have 24 days? It should be spot inspections. We shouldn't even fucking call them. We should just fucking land there and say, okay, let's see your shit. Here's some of the big main deals of this Iran nuke deal. Number one, Iran gets to keep their nuclear facilities. Number two, over 50 facilities can go unchecked if Iran deems so. In other words, if Iran don't want us to look at them, we can't. Number three, the deal's only good for 10 years. Number four, they are the number one sponsor and terrorist in the whole frickin' world. And number five, they've broken every agreement they've had with us, which is, I think, over 20 agreements in the last 30 years. So why in the fuck, for 1 minute, do we think they're going to do what they say they're going to do in this agreement? They're not. They're not going to do it. So there has to be another agenda that our president is trying to make this deal work. There's got to be something else. And I think I may know what he's doing. Let's look at the situation in Iran and the Middle East right now. There's only one superpower there, and that's Israel. And actually, in reality, Israel calls all the shots. Okay? President Obama, you can say what you want about him. I didn't vote for him. I think he's a disappointment. He didn't do what he said he was going to do, but he's probably one of the smartest presidents we ever had. The man is a smart man. And you know what? There may be some underlying agenda here. He may have something going here, because think about it. He allows Iran to have the nuclear bomb in 10 years or whatever. It will separate the Middle East from just one superpower. They would have competition, talking about Israel. Israel would have competition, which would be Iran. And there'd be like a Cold War going on. I mean, Iran could hit Israel with a nuke. Israel could hit Iran with a nuke. So now you got two superpowers there. And you know what that does? If a Cold War builds, that builds negotiations. If I got 200 nuke bombs and you got 220, well, I ain't going to really mess with you anymore. I'll sit down and talk with you. You know, it opens up diplomatic negotiations and true diplomatic negotiations. If each has a bomb and each is respecting each other now. You can't just have one superpower in the Middle East controlling the whole thing. And the other beauty of this whole thing is who's in between Israel and who's in between Iran? ISIS. ISIS, that funky ass, whatever you want to call it, ISIS group. They're in the desert between Israel and Iran, and they're just sitting there. They can't hide. We could knock them out with one swoop any frickin' time we want. People don't realize that, though. They don't realize that. And it's actually better. I know this is going to sound strange. In my opinion, I think it's better to have one crazy-ass group like ISIS than to have 3 or 4 groups like we had when we had bin Laden in there, Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi. When we had all those dictators in there, you had 4 or 5 fascists. You had all kinds of groups. You couldn't even keep up with any of them. And trust me, I don't think everybody remembers. But those groups beheaded, killed children, women, men, used tear gas, used chemical gas on. They were worse than, just as bad, not worse, but just as bad as ISIS. But the difference is we know where they're all at now. We know where ISIS is. They can't hide or nothing. They get out of too much line, smack them around a little bit, put them back in their place. We are actually controlling them, and they don't even realize it. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about it, but you know, it's something to think about. It could be happening. But there's definitely two things are going to happen. Within 10 years, Iran's going to have the nuke. They're going to have a bomb. Israel's either going to have to step back and say, whoa, okay, now we definitely got a problem. Or, if they do fight each other, it could be World War III. It could be the start of World War III. It definitely could be. But nuclear war never solves anything. What's good about a nuclear war? It elects presidents. The threat of nuclear war is worse than the nuclear war itself. It's just a thought, something to think about. But the way the world's changing, the way America's changing, the way everything is changing, nothing's going to freaking surprise me 10 years from now. Nothing. Anyway, that's the show for this week. And thank you very much for watching Slap That View. I will talk to you guys next week, and God bless.
Not everyone agrees. Welcome to Slap That View, discussing your views and opinions.